वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे, तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे। बाबा अब भी साथ हमारे हैं।
सब नया हो गया, सिमरती नहीं, बढ़ती नहीं, दृष्टि नहीं, सब बदल गया ना। और नई जीवन कितनी प्यारी लगती, वैसे भी नई चीज सबको प्यारी लगती, पुरानी चीज छोड़ने चाहते हैं, नई चीज लेने चाहते हैं। तो इस समय का ये छोटा सा नया संसार, संसार भी नया और संस्कार भी नहीं। इसलिए दुनिया वाले भी नए वर्ष को धूमधाम से मनाते। मनाने का अर्थ है उमंग, उत्साह में आना। उत्साह होता है इसलिए मनाने के दिन को उत्सव कहा जाता है। उत्साह से एक दो को बधाई देती है, वह मुबारक देती है, वह ग्रीटिंग्स देती है। आप ब्राह्मण आत्माओं के लिए हर दिन उत्सव है। कभी कभी उत्सव मनाते हो, सदा उत्सव अर्थात उमंग उत्साह में रहते हो। ये उमंग उत्साही ब्राह्मण जीवन है। बच्चे, मैं आपके सदा साथ हूँ।
Om Shanti. Transformation of old sanskars and old nature, perfect in all subjects. Some have a particular nature and they continue to move along under the influence of that nature against their conscious wish. They say that they don't want to do that, but that is their nature. In the same way, create the nature of being a constantly easy yogi and a cooperative soul. then this too will become natural. Now, what can I do? How can I have yoga? Should all finish. You are constantly cooperative. That is, you are yogi. By making this particular aspect natural and part of your nature, you will become perfect in all subjects. Now transform the old nature and old sanskars. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today is day 28. Transformation of old sanskars and old nature. Today's topic, perfect in all subjects. So now we will listen to Mohini Didi and then we will listen to Brother Ken.
Om Shanti, everyone. Is everyone okay? Yes, happy? Very good. What keeps us happy? Our efforts or the success of efforts? Victory of efforts? Because Baba says that success is your birthright. Right? So first important success is really transformation. Whenever there is realization that what I should do and what I shouldn't have done, as soon as there is realization and we are able to transform ourselves, there is a lot of joy, there is a lot of happiness. Because before, one of the main sanskar from body consciousness was of stubbornness and also like I am right. This is only right. So there is a saying that my way and no way. But actually we should listen to everyone, adjust to everyone, have a very, very open and loving attitude towards everyone. And when that is there, then we are victorious in a way, right? Because if we are governed by our nature and sanskars, governed when I say that they dictate us, but we have to be in yoga and just be cooperative. Anything, whatever works, especially for Baba and Yagya, is not by one soul, but all of us together. And then to be together, you need to have, as Baba said, new awareness, new attitude, new drishti. Even to remember that this one yesterday was like this, but not today, right? If I hold the attitude from yesterday, then it's not new, right? So yesterday was yesterday, today is today. So how to keep moving along, watching drama, everyone's part, especially when we are in soul consciousness, there is natural love for all the souls. And that natural and spiritual love connects us very well. And we feel we can work together now for Baba's task. I find for every soul, there is a lot of love. Even whatever that soul sanskars are. My connection is not with sanskars. My connection is with the soul, right? And every soul is pure, is peaceful, is loving. But then the sanskars, which have been acquired now, those acquired sanskars sometimes are not very pleasant. But the true service is when I look at everyone in their eternal sanskars. Because as soon as you look at them or interact with them with that true love, in the awareness as eternal souls, loveful souls, I think that clears a lot of karmic accounts also same time. Otherwise, we are still, sanskars are from the old karmic accounts. So if I want to settle karmic accounts, just have spiritual drishti, awareness about us all together as Baba's children. Because at confluence stage, we have to settle karmic accounts, but also we have to create a very loving relationship with everyone. Because loving relationships brings lot of happiness. And as I said, we could see how we are very successful. Even souls who are doing things not appropriate, not right, but still to have spiritual love for them will definitely have less damage or less harm. But if I hold a very strong body conscious attitude and my interaction is not of true spiritual love, the other soul is not going to change and could hurt or create obstacles in Baba's yagya. So we should have this natural practice of looking at or have new awareness, new attitude, new drishti. And that new is what? Whatever the soul was yesterday is old, right? Some people even if you see them after 10 minutes, half an hour, like someone gets upset. After 5 minutes, half an hour, that soul has realization and changes and starts smiling. But I still remember that, oh, how angry that soul was, will not help the self and will not help in relationship. So transformation, every moment of the life, realization, transform and have, as Baba said, new, something different. It could be amazing, unbelievable sometimes, even by others. Oh, that you could change that much. Because they don't know what is transformation. They don't know what kind of attitude one should have. But we, Baba's children, know. As much we are moving towards golden age, so alloy has to be removed. Rust has to be removed with power of yoga through remembrance. So as much we keep removing alloy, we are becoming real gold. And Baba said the sign of real gold is it molds. You can hold that gold in the hand and you can kind of twist it. So that's what Baba is saying. Transformation is, in other words, molding. You mold yourself according to uh, whatever are the needs. And our transformation is towards progress, right? Sometimes some people say, oh, this one has changed, but change for the worst. But we change for the best, right? We know that that change which is happening is good for the self. I have found, if I have heard many things about any soul, but as soon as I look at the soul, I have such pure, loving feelings. Mm. And I say they are so nice. Everyone has recognized Baba. Everyone has renunciation. Everyone is a yogi soul. Everyone really, really has love for Baba, recognition for Baba. So when there is love and recognition, then I should also feel love. I feel lot of love for the soul. So this way, looking at everyone, interacting with everyone becomes very, very loving and beautiful. And also you feel as if you are really forming a very spiritual and divine relationship with everyone. And then you internally you feel also very loveful. So my experience also with what point comes in that you don't question about yoga, but you have good yoga. You are a cooperative soul. Not only that, but you are uh, when a yogi soul. So you go beyond external. Mm. Whatever anyone does or anyone is, I have to go above. I had to be what I am because that soul's part and my part is different. So I cannot do what that soul is doing. Mm. Yes, as Baba said, you appreciate everyone's quality. So what you have is book of flowers, right? Beautiful bouquet of flowers. Like when people meet each other, what they give? Bouquet of flowers, right? But to give just external bouquet of flowers is not enough, right? But to give the bouquet of flowers in the real sense, right? Or give both through your drishti, you give beautiful bouquet of flowers, and also through your words, words of kindness, sweet words, very sensible words, and stay original, right? For everyone you will hear so many things, but I have nothing to do with that, right? I have to be what I am. I was telling someone, if you are a sweet person, another person asks you to be strong when you are speaking. Even if you do, it won't work. It will be artificial. So recognize yourself and act as yourself, not what you have heard. So many opinions will be there, but what will melt the heart of everyone is to connect the soul with the original eternal sanskars. Every soul can be moved, whether it's a knowledgeable Jnani soul, or it's a Lokik, those who don't have knowledge. So Baba's love, everyone wants to experience. And these days Baba had been saying, give introduction of Baba to everyone. And when you give introduction of Baba, then automatically we get connected. No? That soul also realizes that we are all souls and we are brothers. So I feel confluence age every moment. Let's create everything new, as Baba said. Not only beginning of new year, but everything new in our life. Right? So you will feel good, successful, and beautiful. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, everyone. We are in Shantivan. Now we'll meet Baba in few days. Om Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti.
Transformation of old sanskars and old nature, perfect in all subjects. Some have a particular nature and they continue to move along under the influence of that nature against their conscious wish. They say they don't want to do that, but that is their nature. In the same way, create the nature of being a constantly easy yogi and a cooperative soul. Then this too will become natural. Now, what can I do? How can I have yoga? Should all finish. You are constantly cooperative. That is, you are yogi. By making this particular aspect natural and part of your nature, you will become perfect in all subjects. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Avyakti Parivar. So we are about to finish the month of November in 2 days. So just to let you all know that with our new series, as we didn't do our Hindi series in month of November, but we will be doing our Hindi series in month of December. So we'll start our regular schedule with the Hindi series and the English series. So this is just for you all to know. And yes, it's very beautiful subject, theme for month of December, and we will be preparing for our new year, as Baba said, and also for January Tapasya. So it's a holiday time, but still it's a holiday and holidays for us. Now, tomorrow is Tuesday, and we'll follow our regular schedule, including Avik Muli revision from 5 to 6. And now let's welcome our dear brother. Welcome to Avikti journey, living and serving with our Brahmin family. Welcome, dear angel, Brother Can.
Om Shanti, dear Sister Bhumi. Om Shanti Didi. I was just sitting here listening and taking in, of course, what Baba said in the extract of the Avyak Moy and then what Didi was sharing. And it struck me that if we're really serious about having success in transformation, of course, that will bring the newness. But definitely I have to have a more unlimited consciousness. That means I have to learn how to go beyond all of the things that are happening, all of the words that people are saying. I love this idea that Didi mentioned, that we have to be ourselves. We have to be the best version of ourselves. I shouldn't try to be what someone else expects me to be, but I should discover what my true strengths are and with Baba's help, bring them out. If I don't learn how to develop an unlimited consciousness, it's very difficult. It's like, and an example that we often use, imagine someone trying to change the wheel of a bicycle while still riding the bicycle. Impossible. We have to get off the bicycle and change the wheel. So in the same way, I have to get away from my limited consciousness. And I was remembering different scenes today. In the late 70s, there were very few foreigners. And in fact, the whole idea of double foreigners came later. We were just, in those days, foreigners because there were very few of us. And we would stay, a small group of us would stay 1-2 months in Marabar at that time, sometimes 3 months. And the Maulis would happen every 2 or 3 days. Baba would come. And according to the number, many of those Maulis happened in the history hall. I even had the fortune once to be part of a Mauli that happened in Baba's room in Pandar Bhavan. Can you imagine how few people there were? And in those history hall meetings after the Mauli, there were still some foreigners. When Baba would call us, he would speak to us individually, and he would also speak to us as a group. I was remembering different questions that Baba asked us. Baba said once, "Do you know why you were born in those countries? Do you know why you took birth in those other places?" He said, "Because you would be able to do service there. It's very complicated for people to come from India and get visas and stay. So you were here from Bharat. You came out from Bharat. You took birth in those places to do my service." And then he would say, "But actually, the service could happen without you, but I have given you the chance so that you can create your fortune, because I won't be going to the golden age." So Baba would talk to us like this. Once Baba looked at us and he said, "Many of you will not be here at the end." And I remember as we were walking out of the hall, everyone was saying, not me, I will stay, I will stay." And if we look at the photos of those days, very few have actually remained until the end. And of course, some of the reasons, I've seen many leave their efforts and even leave Gyan because of what Didi was describing, other people's negative behavior, because they haven't been able to go beyond and to see those things. Another time, Baba looked at us with loving drishti and he said, "You people think too much. You think too much." Daddy Janki also used to say that. You think too much about others. Just concentrate on your own efforts. So some practices that can help us stay beyond and to keep this highest perspective, keep this new highest perspective, as Didi was talking about, new awareness. One of them, of course, this practice really helps us to stay beyond. And in this consciousness, if I look at a limited situation or other people's sanskars, it just seems so far away. So I'm a bodiless soul, for example. I'm sitting in front of God. Baba affects me directly. I have that experience. Baba, I'm sitting with Baba. I'm sitting beside Baba. And with Baba, I'm looking at a particular situation, and his state, his power, his strength actually affects me directly. And his vibration affects me directly. So how would I see things if Baba's with me? How would I see the limited behavior of someone else? How would I even see myself? How would I see my future if Baba's with me and he's giving me all of the guarantees? Another practice we have to have is to really practice using the third eye. We've talked about this before. That if I look at everything, every situation, every soul, it's not just soul conscious drishti, but it's a drishti full of awareness. That I'm looking at the world through the lens of Gyan. Everything I see, I can see through the lens of Gyan and not through the lens of my own sanskars. So how do I actually transform my sanskars? I have to start to activate them, but through the lens of Gyan, that everything I observe, I'm observing with the third eye. And part of that, of course, and another experience we need to have is to be Trikaldashi. So I go to Baba, I activate my third eye, I develop this awareness of the three aspects of time. I look at the whole cycle. I reaffirm that I am the soul, I'm the same soul that has had all of those births. I know what's happening in the world at the moment, so nothing confuses me. Some Brahmins get so much caught up in politics, for example, but we know that the world is only going to get worse. So why should, everything is happening and it will get worse. Why should we be surprised that something is not working? So if I look at things as with the three aspects of time, it gives me such a broad vision. Even if I look at someone else, okay, that soul is as they have, as Baba says, he's under the influence of something if he's behaving wrongly. There's some influence there, but if I open my vision, I can see that the soul is struggling. It's probably that influence is from something in the past. And if the soul continues to behave like that, then there will be consequences. So that gives me a feeling of mercy. And so I can look at everything, both in the sense of the short term, temporary, what's the temporary impact of all of this? But I can also see the long-term impact of things. And as I broaden my vision, which is as I add the past and the present and the future, that's how I make my vision broader, then I can understand perfectly how each soul is as they have become. Each soul, you can see the soul in its journey, you can see the soul in its process. And it's really a beautiful experience. If I forget to be Trikaldashi, I become so limited. It's just me and the other person. No, it's me in an unlimited consciousness looking at this soul that has a role over a whole cycle. So it really helps to make things more stable and balanced and loving and merciful if I can broaden my vision like that. Also need to have the experience of being the Lord of the three worlds. At least have the experience of, okay, I'm here in the physical world, but at the same time, I'm beyond this physical world. I'm aware of things, but I'm not really feeling the body. I'm feeling full of light. So I go to the subtle regions and I'm sitting there with Bhakdada looking at the state of the world and I'm feeling his mercy. And then I go to the incorporeal world and I remain with Shiv Baba in total silence, even without thoughts. So I become a master of the three worlds. coming and going, coming and going. And if I do that, then if I have this sort of awareness of being able to, and Baba uses the language of going to the different floors. So here's the ground floor, and then there's, the other floors I can go beyond, and then I can go to the soul world, come back, go, come. And of course, that gives me an experience of detachment because I realize that my existence does not depend totally on just being in a physical body. I exist beyond the body. If I lost everything, if I lost my family, if I lost my work, if I lost my money, if I lost everything, I would still exist. And the only one that I really can't lose is Baba. Baba is with me before, during, after everything that I experience in this world. So if I add these dimensions to my experience here, then I can definitely put everything in its context. People are not having bad or strange behavior because they want to. It's because of their own past. They're caught up in some karmic bondage. So let me not be caught up in that, because if I start to think about other people's difficulties and problems and I start to worry, it actually becomes my karmic account as well. So with Baba, I can, keep my third eye open. I can have this experience of seeing the three aspects of time, and I can have this experience of the different dimensions, like the corporeal, the subtle, and the incorporeal. It gives me such a depth and such a width, you could say. My foundations become very big, so I can build on top of it, but also very deep at the same time. So I actually can become unshakable. It doesn't matter what people's behavior is. So when I think about, and there's so many souls that were around and they left because they didn't like something, they didn't like someone, it's actually because of themselves that something pulled them away. So we should be very happy that we are with Baba, that we have the fortune to understand all of these things and to create newness in our lives. And really, 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 we have a big chance to transform our nature and sanskars with Baba's help. So let's have some meditation and remember these gifts that Baba has given us to organize our thinking, to organize our lives. Om Shanti. Let's have some meditation now. Om Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti. Bye-bye.
Transformation of old nature and old sanskars. Perfect in all subjects. Some have a particular nature and they continue to move along under the influence of that nature against their conscious wish. They say that they don't want to do that, but that is their nature. In the same way, create the nature of being a constantly easy yogi and a cooperative soul. Then this too will become natural. What can I do? How can I have yoga? Should all finish. You are constantly cooperative. That is, you are yogi. By making this particular aspect natural and part of your nature, you will become perfect in all subjects.
पुरानी नेचर व संस्कारों का परिवर्तन सब सब्जेक्ट में परफेक्ट। जैसे कोई की विशेष नेचर होती है, उस नेचर के वश न चाहते भी चलते रहते हैं। कहते हैं, यह मैं चाहती नहीं हूँ, लेकिन मेरी नेचर है। वैसे निरंतर सहजयोगी अथवा सहयोगी की नेचर बनाओ, जो नेचुरल हो जाए। क्या करूं, कैसे योग लगाऊं, यह बातें खत्म है ही सदा सहयोगी अर्थात योगी। इसी एक बात को नेचर और नेचुरल करने से भी सब सब्जेक्ट में परफेक्ट हो जाएंगे। ओम शांति।